Well, welcome. This is our second ever Dominion Vision. We got a great little show for you today. First of all, in a little bit, we're going to talk with IndyCar driver Rob Almy. And Rob races with a monkey. Yeah, we'll have more details later, but that IndyCar division has been a blast so far this year. All right, so we opened the show last week. Troy Curtis, who's our spotter on the roof, we introduced him with Ruckus on the Roof. He became an internet sensation. And so what did he do? Troy took a week off. So Troy, Ruckus on the Roof, you got some splaining to do.
Welcome back to Ruckus on the Roof. First thing, I want to apologize. We had to attend a concert last week. Family matters do apply with me. I apologize. But what I thought I would show you this week on Ruckus on the Roof, if I have a unruly spotter, and I will remove them, I will park your car. Let me introduce Jackie Storm. This is Richard Storm's wife, and Richard does not want to go to the rear of the field, so what we're going to do is remove her, and Mr. Storm's going to park his car. If you would, ma'am, please. That's all I got, guys. That's how you remove a spotter.
All right, Troy, thank you, but again, no more vacations for you. We need you to keep the Ruckus on the Roof to at least a manageable level. Joining me here, Rob Almy. Rob, thank you. The IndyCar division is great. If you've seen Rob on track, it's that Mustang, the number 91 car. And I want to start first talk about the car, because the idea is it's IndyCar, it's inexpensive. Tell us about the race car.
Yeah, sure. We took a lot of time to just find the exact right car for us for the IndyCar division, because we didn't want to spend too much money, being that with the claim rule that somebody can come and buy it for $1,000. So we found in an old tow yard an 02 Ford Mustang that we paid $800 for.
Perfect.
Put a roll cage in it,
Perfect.
some work to it, and here we are.
You guys came out, I remember the first practice, you guys had working some carburetor issues. We had Richard Storm, one of our late model drivers, come out and work with you guys. And my gosh, where you've come from first practice to the other night finishing fourth in a race, you got to feel pretty good.
I do feel pretty good about that, and the Raceway has been great with the open practices, the ability to get in the car, have some seat time, as well as just folks around the track, whether it be Richard or fellow racers, just sharing knowledge. Everyone's been real helpful, so I can't take all the credit.
You can't do it without some guys. I know you got some really good guys working with you. Right. Who are those guys?
Yeah, my main guy is Brett Barker, who serves as kind of my car chief, crew chief, and has done a lot of work to the car and been very helpful. I got a couple other folks. My son actually does some spotting for me. So yeah, it's kind of a team effort.
When you started, from that first day you came out here to what you know now, what's the biggest thing you thought you knew that you didn't know that now you know that you didn't know before?
I guess it's probably how much I still don't know, but
right.
I guess where to get in, where to get off on the corners and things like that. I think the distinction I've made is that I'm getting better at driving. Now I got to learn about the racing portion of it.
Well,
getting out with other folks.
You and I talked about the other day, when
Yeah.
you're practicing, you get to drive the perfect line you want every time. Racing then is when you're not in the perfect line, but still able to go fast.
Exactly.
We talked about kind of how you came into this thing, and you started off as one of the pastors that came in here, did our invocation. So in addition to a racer, what's your full-time job?
Yeah, so I'm an ordained United Methodist minister, and I have served churches for the last 20 years or so, and love the opportunity to come out here and give the invocation before a race. And
that's how you and I first met, and it's been great. And NASCAR fans are so respectful of that time when we're sharing the national anthem, when we're having that moment where we're invoking that protection that we need here at the racetrack. That's an important time.
Yeah, absolutely. And going back to the earliest days of NASCAR, that has been a part of it. And there's something out there called the Racer's Prayer,
yep.
Which is a very good prayer for racing.
So speaking of the early stages of NASCAR, here's the other thing. And most people watching, if you know who we're talking about, send us a Facebook message, because you're old school and you're cool. You came out, you put a number 91 on the side of the car. You put a little stuffed monkey in the race car, and that's playing tribute to
Jocko Flacco, racing monkey, the only monkey to ever win a NASCAR race. So back in 1953, driver Tim Flock, as a publicity stunt, put a rhesus monkey in his car and for 8 races. He was strapped in there, had his own little suit, and
Had his little helmet, little crash helmet.
had
I think.
a little crash helmet,
Yeah.
and so they won together at Hickory, and then but it wasn't long where they went to Raleigh, and there was a little compartment on the right side of the car where the driver could pull up a latch and
Yep.
check the tire wear.
Yep.
Well, Jocko Flacco got out of his seat one particular race at Raleigh and opened up that flap and got hit in the face with a pebble, went crazy and jumped on Tim's head. Tim had to pit. He ended up finishing second or third, I think it was, and so that was the end of Jocko Flacco's racing career.
So you're a young guy. How do you even know that story? How is that? I mean, I remember one of the first times you came here to do Invocation, you're wearing a Buckshot Jones t-shirt, but this is even older school than that. How do you even know that stuff?
Yeah, well, I just had a keen interest in the NASCAR history, and that's one of the great things about Dominion. It really is, in some ways, a throwback to the earliest days of NASCAR, the IndyCar division. You know, run what you brought, and so I've read some books and looked at some of the history and have been real interested.
I do have a Jocko Flacco t-shirt, so I'm going to bring that in one day, so you can have that. You get out there on the racetrack, it's an emotional thing, and as a pastor, you're out there having fun, but you're also the greater good of everybody. It's been early on. Have you had any tempers yet on the racetrack?
Well, it's a good thing that y'all can't listen into my radio. So, but I try to keep it in check, and but those folks that spot for me will tell you, yeah, you definitely have a lot of emotion flowing, and that was true.
Well, and it is, and it's you get down in the corner and there's a car next to you, and those emotions build. What do you take? This is a silly question. What do you take from what you do at the racetrack, and when you go back to church on a Sunday morning? What do you take from here that you take back to church?
I just think a boldness, it takes a certain amount of boldness and courage to get out there on the track, do your best, and in the church life, that's some of that we need in terms of living out our faith, whether that's helping somebody out or witnessing to our faith. There's a certain amount of boldness and courage, and so I kind of see an intersection of those two there.
Beautiful answer.
Yeah.
Every time that you think you know what makes up our racing community, we add something different. And that's what's so unique about Dominion Raceway with our oval, our street race, and our road course. Every driver here is different. Every driver is unique, and we want to try to bring that story to you. Rob Almy, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Edwin.
We'll see you here racing soon. And thank you. That's been another Dominion Vision. Send Troy email. Tell him not to take any more vacations. Thank y'all.